Thanks for joining us. You've said that it doesn't feel like much of a win because you've lost 14 months of your son's life, but many parents who are fighting for their children see this as a huge victory. To those who have been following your journey, what would you guys want to say to them?
Don't give up at all. Don't really sign much of anything if you can help it.
And you guys self-represented as well. I know we did a web story. You were saying that you feel that that was probably the best decision you ever made, was to self-represent, because lawyers weren't really taking your case in the direction you wanted to go. The agency has come up with ever-changing reasons for taking your newborn son on a birth alert. One that's remained consistent is that mom is on the child abuse registry after being pressured to plead guilty to failing to protect an infant daughter 6 years ago when she was in an abusive relationship with the baby's dad. What do you think that this means to women who are abused, that they can have their kids snatched?
Honestly, it's terrifying, because that means no matter how much you change your life around, that they can just take your children for no reason, essentially, in the future.
Yeah, Dad, your thoughts on that?
I got thrown into all this. I have no idea how to feel on it. I mean, I got a deliberation for what, I'm not sure. I haven't done anything, so I'm not. I lost a lot of time with my son.
After the judge's ruling, the Métis authority that oversees Michif CFS said that they would respect the ruling and they would return your son within 3 months that the judge demanded. So what does the transition plan look like? You guys have met with Michif CFS. Tell us, what's the plan to have him home?
Well, visits are going great. It's wonderful. We met with them again to further a plan to have them in our house overnight, and hopefully permanently by the end of July. Whether or not they stick to that.
Well, yeah, you guys have some reason to be doubtful, because this has dragged on for a long time, for sure. You have both said on the heels of the victory against Michif CFS over getting your now 14-month-old son home, your next plan is to fight for the return, mom, of your 6-year-old daughter who was made a permanent ward. How's this going to happen? What's the plan?
First, see what information I can get in regards to my daughter, and then basically go from there. If she's permanent, I'm going to be starting to try and get visits going with her and essentially get her home to us permanently and make our family whole.
Our last interaction was our house was inspected for her to come home, so
yes.
That needs to happen.
Well, and just a reminder to our audience who might not know that you were in the process of getting that girl back home when you were pregnant with the son. Once CFS moved in to take the son, then all the visits stopped, and the wheels ground to a halt to get your daughter back. So you guys are having to kind of restart that. Well, thanks for taking the time to share this with our audience. I know it's something that a lot of people have been watching very closely, and thanks so much.
No, thank you. And anyone who's listening that is going through the same thing, thank you all for your support. I really don't know how to get through this.
Yeah.